Okay, there are a lot just behind masks on the walls and behind walls on the walls, and this room is unnecessarily confusing. And oh yeah, I already got the one up on the rafters. Were there 3 doors up here? No, just the entrance door and that door. More stuff to burn with the fire arrows. Maybe if I had tried rolling into these pots when I first found them, I wouldn't have had to look up the ones that live in there. I mean, that would make sense that the spider webs weren't just there randomly, although it looks like in this case they were, just to throw you off, because this game likes not being super obvious. This isn't real. I mean, I wasn't able to do it on my own, blind, just through looking, but I feel like if I had the sound on and actually been listening for the and if I had tried a little longer, I just wanted to sort of get it done because I was like in the night of the first day already. Anyway, there's a free one because I had to pay so much for the rest. Anyway, yeah, and the hook shot makes it so everywhere's fair game pretty much, which I guess that, in that sense, this is a little more disorienting than the swamp spider house. Every time I ever get a hook shot in a Zelda game, I'm way too used to it, and I just assume I constantly have a hook shot in my thought process, so I think looking everywhere, even if it's not reasonable, like in the swamp spider house, although I didn't really demonstrate that because I knew where they were already, because I'm practicing these. And another one in the wall. This might be the last one of these in the wall ones, I really can't remember. Okay, I hear one more, but it's probably just one that's like... I thought I saw it there. Yeah, it's probably just behind a mask or something weird like that. I'll find it, don't worry. And yep, here is the room with all the stall childs. So was it blue, blank, blank, yellow? Captain Sarah's green second, so blue, green, blank, 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 yellow. Blue, green, blank, 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 yellow. Huh? Captain Sir. Red speed shot forth. Blue, green, blank, red, blank, yellow. Oops. So yeah, you can do that if you're weird, I guess. It doesn't really change the output. What was it? Blue, green, blank, red, blank, yellow. Blue, green, blank, red, green, yellow. Blue, green, blank, red, yellow. Red, green, yellow. I'm not gonna remember this. Blue should be shot third, so blue, green, blue, red, red, green, yellow, or something. Basically enough arrows will get you out of a mess like this. Okay, no, it was blue. It was blue. Yeah, it's sort of wonky. Green, blue, red, green, yellow. Yeah, just from the 4 in there, I went in this room before going in the library, and I just didn't want to think about it so much, so I worked it out from these 4. It's not hard if you have a lot of arrows, because their their eyes light up to show you if you've guessed correctly for the early ones. Anyway, the first time I did this, I actually shot a fire arrow through the chandelier that they were hanging around in up there, and that freaked me out because I thought I made it so I couldn't get them, because it died and its spirit was hanging around up in there and my hook shot couldn't go through the chandelier. But luckily, when I exited and re-entered the room, it just respawned and it was able to get knocked out again, so it's a good thing that they carefully planned for things like that. I'm wondering if those spider webs would keep them from popping out if they wanted to. I'm gonna try all the barrels, jars, because it took me looking through all of them the first time to get the one in here, and if not, oh well. Also, that's a bit weird that the hookshot doesn't pull you to that, and it doesn't pull it to you, but it dislodges it enough to be dislodged. Seems unusual hookshot behavior, if you ask me. Okay, there we go. I think that should be it for this room. I still hear munch, 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 munch. Oh, right, there's one in the rafters. And that would be why there were spider webs there. I guess we don't need the captain's hat anymore, even though it doesn't save me inventory space since you can't equip different types of arrows at the same time. I think that was probably one of the things Wind Waker did best to, like, improve the engine, letting you switch between the arrow types without equipping different items. I mean, this, it's bearable, but in Ocarina of Time, I just remember having a really, really long cutscene to switch to a special arrow, because of, like, you grand powering up the arrows. Okay, now it goes to your item screen instead of just being equipped quickly or switched from the main arrows. Anyway, there are no gold Skulltulas in this room because that would be unfair because you would need the captain's hat to get in reliably. That's just a free piece of heart. Now I have 14 hearts, pretty cool, and these guys have respawn since that counts as a different room, I guess. Bit weird that that you don't get a map for these Skulltula houses. I guess Tingle didn't barge into people's houses to write his maps or something. But there are other mini dungeon type areas that do get mini maps for no real reason. Because it seems infeasible that Tingle would be exploring them, but I suppose that's just a game mechanic you're supposed to not worry about too much. Pop. Why are there black bows here? They aren't very good enemies, or just like, they remind me of something from a Kirby game or something, just how uncreative they are. It's a black evil thing with red eyes, and well, that's good enough for me. Go to town. This is like the hardest one in this room, just because of the weird collisions, I guess. 25, only 5 left. I can do basic mathematics. Yeah, I like these and the Great Fairies combined more than the Gold Skulltula quest in Ocarina of Time. That just sort of seemed a little disorganized. There was no way to know if you found all of them in a given area or anything without looking it up otherwise, and this just seems a lot more organized. I don't know. I mean, the Gold Skulltulas in Ocarina of Time are probably definitely a bigger challenge, but I just didn't do it for me. Dun 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 dun. Okay, there's at least one up here, I think. Yeah, this place does exist. I couldn't remember if I was mixing this up with a place in the water temple. There's probably one in a pot somewhere that I haven't smashed. Besides that one, of course. Is there still the noise in this room? Not so much. Okay, cool. I guess there are just 2 I missed somehow or other in here. Did I smash that pot yet, for instance? I think so. Yeah, you really just have to be observant here. Oh, hello. Oh, you're a free one. And this should be pretty easy to discern where the last one is just through the sound. So anyway, the hookshot is definitely very long in this game. I was talking with a friend about it earlier. I think I already mentioned this, but I think it's like the length of a long shot in Ocarina of Time, but arguably it is just a standard fair hookshot, but since you're young Link in this, it seems bigger relative to Link, even though it's been made for a child to use or something. I don't know. Just trying to work it out. I mean, I'm sure it just runs on the... Okay, cool. Last one's in here. But yeah, I'm sure it runs on the long shot engine from Ocarina of Time because I'm sure they developed engines, but you know what I mean. It's probably like behind there, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know, it seems awfully long, especially some of the weird stuff you do in the water temple. I think there's like a place where you can bomb the wall I forgot about. Besides the main one, I'm trying to think. Well, I could go by my sense of sound and know that it's not loud over here, so it's probably not very close. Maybe I just missed one in one of those jars. Oh, right. I think if you shoot those masks, they give you money, and probably just it counts if they take damage or something. I don't know. That's weird. Oh, okay. Apparently that's one I missed. That was an anticlimactic end. Is this the exit door? Yes, it is. Anyway, what curse, you may ask? And that would be a pretty legitimate question, considering I don't really have a good answer for that. Anyway, just equipping the items we'll be needing for the next dungeon, despite the fact that I'm going to be needing a very different mask just to get out of this place and receive my reward. Alright, dang it. There's another thing I need to do before I leave. Trying to think if I could combine it with other stuff, but I'm gonna go crazy if I start messing up with my plans.